Alrighty then, hello, good evening. We're gonna have quite the read-through today. And I'm hopefully not gonna melt. It's so warm! Anyway, how's everybody doing? Mihail, Mando, Crystal. Jacob starting a stream. Yes. Yes. Alright, let's see. Let's see. Forgot to adjust this again. Okay. Hey there, Zaki. Thank you, by the way. Thank you. Oh my god, every time something loads in the background, the whole PC jumps a frame, I guess. Please don't do that, Mr. PC. I don't need that. Doing great aside from doing sprints at 32 Celsius? Ugh. No thanks. No thanks, that is too warm. It was hitting already close to 40 Celsius over here. For anybody wondering, in Fahrenheit, that's 100. Just add 60. Daddy Jacobs? What? Excuse me, what? Also, hi. Forgotten, what? Yes, this is gonna be the final IS6 thing. I have a run currently going for one final ending. Let me just turn on a mouse capture so the mouse is visible. But yeah, I've been busy with a lot of things, as the lack of uploads might be indicating. But part 4 for this is done. Part 4 for ending 2 is done. This I have currently going. Part 4 for ending 4 is done, and this is now also completely done. Everything is sorted. Just need to finish this, and then we read for probably like 2 hours, or however long it's gonna take. 3 times the is never gonna give you up. Ugh. No. Also, I don't have Siri, so haha. Or Alexa. Alexa, play Mambo number 5. Baby, don't hurt me. This 7-hour stream of gameplay. No, I have a run going. It's literally on the 5th floor. Just need to beat E's ass and then go to Wang's battle. And that's about that. That is gonna be about that. I think that's all right. I think so. Okay. Anyway, or it's on floor 5. I don't remember ending 3 where it takes place. I'll be quite honest. Don't worry, Zaki. Okay. Let's hop on in. Let's see. Okay, the only thing I need to do on this floor is literally get into Pathfinder and do that special battle with this thing. With this stupid thing in my inventory. And then we beat Wang's ass. Once again. Did I use any seed? No. If you use seeds, you are not unlocking parts 1, 2, 3, or 4. You're only watching cutscenes. Seeds do not contribute to anything. The only thing you can do with a seed is have fun with a run. If you want to do like a crazy build. God damn it, Mando. Okay, let's see. Towards the Pathfinder we go. There is no point in going into Wonderland because I literally exhausted every single node in there. Yes, Mando is a radio. Oh yeah, just to show off the stupid coin. 3 attack speed for every 2 ingots. This speed buff. I have another speed buff, I think, or something. I think I have something else as well somewhere that gives extra speed, or a couple of items. Okay, let's proceed. Mando and Mambo sound similar. They do. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay. Stupid thing. Get it. Didn't die. Quilon, we use seeds for. Oh god, yeah, the Quilon thing. The Qingping thing was so annoying. Took so long to get to actually beat the guy with full HP or 30 plus HP, so you let him go through the gate and you get the full ending unlocked. And then I did it on a seed, and that was the painful way of realizing that seeds don't work for unlocking endings. They do not. It's the ending, by the way, I seen the cutscene, but the ending is not even registered in the little thing. It's not even unlocked in there. It's so stupid. I don't know why they don't allow unlocking cutscenes with these. I guess it's because you can cheese it, but isn't that supposed to be the point? Part 3 is almost completely done. I have like a couple of voice lines that I need to record tomorrow. And then it's gonna be editing for a couple of days. As an additional update, but that will have to wait until next week, Part 4 is technically recorded, but just a raw cut, with me only reading through the thing. I recorded the intro, the outro, and the one bit in between two cutscenes. And I did the same for Part 5, so pretty much the raw cut is done. Voice lines for Part 4 and 5 will have to wait until next week when the stuff gets added into the archive. So Part 4 and 5 will probably come out like around the same time next week, with maybe like 2 or 3 days in between each other. Sure. Big. If you've seen it, what's the point of withholding it? Withholding it? What do you mean? Jesus. Alright then. Destroyed. Absolutely annihilated. Pink domination. Sure. Not like it's gonna matter. Sure. Not like it matters. Actually, why did I even do that? He's not even promoted. Okay. Suave voice. Oh, the cutscene after a seed run, like you've seen it cut. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why it's not being registered. It's just stupid. It's honestly just stupid. That's the only thing I can say about that. 5-hour plus story read through the last part. No, it actually will not be a 5-hour one. I'm splitting the last 4 stages into 2 episodes, so that's parts 4 and 5. But I can guarantee you that parts 4 and 5 are probably gonna be, story-wise, are probably gonna be over 2 hours anyway, so, you know.
決断を溶接の溶けるが如く。
今こそ皆さん、私は戦も引きません。
ただなぜそこまで抗う。
私に
This is gonna be interesting on one stage. With all the speed buffs. The weirdest part is, it happened a couple of times. And the funniest part about it is, it doesn't even happen because I want it to happen. It just happens because either I feel like it's a stupid place to cut the episode and then just have like a single, I don't know, stage or something in the last part. Or just by pure accident and me not actually realizing how long the last part is gonna take. Or how long a cutscene can be. I think the last one that was close to 5 hours. Hold on, I need to actually see. I think the last... I didn't mean to leave out of Creative Studio. Thank you. Thank you, YouTube. Go back. I think the last one was... Where is it? I wish I could order these by length. I'm not even joking. I wish you could order these by length, but you sadly can't. But I think the last one was the Masses Travel. I think that one was like very close to 5 hours, or it was 5 hours. Holy shit, this takes forever to load. What the hell? YouTube has been weird the last couple of days. Oh yeah, I heard about that. What is that collab, by the way? Is it a story, or are they doing just like dropping a unit? Or skins? Or something? What is that collab supposed to be? Also, let me just see... Blah, 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 blah... Oh yeah, how long was that finale, actually? Where is that? Oh yeah, Unrealized Realities. That one was over 5 hours. That one was over 5 hours, so it happened twice in a row. I forgot that one was also 5 hours long. Where is... Atto wasn't that long. Yeah, Atto was the regular length. Where is the Masses Travel? Yeah, the extra part for the Masses Travel was 4 hours. The final part for the Masses Travels was just 2 minutes short of 5 hours. So it happened a couple of times over the last several months. Unintentionally, by the way. For fuck's sake. Anyway. We dodged the curse. Seems to be a story? You don't know. Okay. I had to make sure to watch it weekend because I didn't have time on a work day. Yeah, understandable. Understandable. I mean, it's fine. You can always watch that stuff in parts, right? Deployment limit, defense, barrier. I have enough deployment stuff. 80 attack speed. Okay, give me more speed. Why not? Okay, let's replace this thing. Don't need that thing anymore. I am max level now. Oh yeah, where is that coin? I have a crazy coin in here. Where is it? Is it this one? Yeah. On toss, allies 10 attack speed and plus 10 speed whenever you exchange a Tongbao to a maximum of 80. Which it is on maximum right now, so I'm gonna have to swap it around for more stuff. Alright, have unflinching master plan in inventory, which is, yeah, the Wei Chi board. Okay. Alright, Mr. Wei Chi failure. I'm gonna counter you with the Wei Chi failure. Cause that makes sense. Hey there, Pelinum. Goes fine. About to face the final end, the final battle for one final time. And then I'm done. And then we read. Thank you, Mr. Wei Chi failure. Holy speed, Batman. Nice. Okay, that's fine. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. Hold on. There we go. Got him. There we go. Would be crazy if that happens. I would definitely be down for it. The cattle at the end? Okay, well, Cloud and Pain. The operators lose 2% of max HP for seconds on deployment. Leads expedition into a different direction. That's the thing I need. I cannot take the cattle. I sadly cannot take the cattle for this one. Plus 30 ingots when added to coffer, but I'm gonna be keep on losing stuff, so no. Do I have something to exchange? Yeah, let's exchange this one. And these are useless. Okay. You have fallen into Wang's game. Oh, hi. Give me shields. Okay, so if I remember right, he should be on the next next floor, right? Yeah, it's floor 6. Okay, right. Okay, time to deal with the regular ending. I accidentally moved this out of the way. There we go. Welcome back, Mando. You did not miss much, I would say. Do I wanna... I honestly don't wanna waste... I honestly don't wanna waste my last 2 coupons. I might need them for the last floor to swap stuff around. Okay, let's do this. One last dance with Brother E. Oh god. Ow! You little asshole. Okay, you go up. Nice. Here comes Big Bro. Okay, I need a healer. I need a healer stat. There we go. Oh baby, I don't like the fact that you're down here. This is gonna hurt like a bitch. Okay, let's just block with Shu. Okay. Just waiting on you, buddy. Just waiting on you. You need to do your thing. Here comes the thing. Holy lag. Okay, he's dead. He is dead. He is dead. Okay. There we go. Oh, why is oh yeah, right, the stupid item. The stupid item is slowly killing them. I forgot. They keep losing HP for a while. Jessica soloing her lane. Can I do anything with this? That's a big fat nope. That goes out. Oh hi. Increased HP for each balance coin in coffer. The black tulip. 15 attack with every coin toss. Yes. 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 Because I'm probably gonna have to refresh. Plus 5% max HP for every shield. I'll take that. I'll take that, and we are gonna replace it with that. Okay. That also gave me coupons. Alright, Vang floor, here we go. .40 speed facing down. 50 speed in general. 80 speed. Sorry, 90 speed from this. This gives speed. Okay, I have pretty much every single. I have pretty much every single speed thing up now. Pathfinder. I don't. Actually, yes. Hold on. Do I have a sniper voucher? I do not. I have 4 caster vouchers. Why do I have so many caster vouchers? Oh, whatever. Okay, let's use 1 caster voucher on the zappy guy. Yes. You are gonna pop off, King. And 1 for you. There we go. Okay, that's everything I can use it for. I have too many casters. I've been getting so many caster vouchers on this run, it's ridiculous. Okay, you're not promoted, so your thing is not even gonna be active. Rogue trader at the bottom. This doesn't do anything. This doesn't mean anything. Buff for defenders, though. I'll take it. What did this do again? Enemies blocked for the first time are inflicted with fear, right? Okay. That is not bad. That is not bad. Extra HP on specialist for Wang. All allied units. Do I have a supporter? I don't think I have a single supporter. Yeah, this is useless. This is useless. What did this do? Command XP. Useless. Okay, moving on. Keeping coins. Keeping all the shit. Moving through. Maybe the Duke of Caster rigged your polls? Sure. Hey there, NT. Okay, let's see. Ooh, ow, I forgot about that. I forgot about that shit. Heal. Ah, fuck! Too late. I was too late. It's like they were not even there. Okay.
すでに皆私の盤上にある。
Okay, okay, okay. Okay.
この戦場を書くには発木が似合うわね。
Excuse me, Wang, what speed is that? Is that how you play Weiqi professionally? That's a railgun.
あらゆる悪をここで止める。
警察なぜそこまで抗う。
抜刀する理由ははっきりしている。
書き込むのは帰ってからね。
私の戦争兵器は必ずや
怪人は生命を育み真を覗かせ汚れを継ぐもの。
A little hop.
抜刀する理由という行動は立つにあたりてすなわち立つ。
Alright then. How do you even play Weiqi? I have no idea.
思えば良いのです。
I've never played Weiqi, so I don't know the rules. I'll be honest.
ただ私の手のひらからは逃れられん。
Oh, that was easy.
どうしてやらないんでしょう。
Good choice. I'm missing a couple of points to promote, whatever. Okay. Hello, Mr. Wang. The Weiqi player has been waiting for a while. He has been waiting indeed. Oh yeah, alright. Only candle guests are gonna be able to enter. Right. I forgot about that. Okay, that's fine. This will be fun. This will be very fun. I have a shit ton of speed.
集中して視線をまっすぐ前に。
This poor this poor reserve op. She did not deserve this. Okay.
誰を餌にするか決まった。
あらゆる悪をここで止める。
Ah, yeah, right. He can't be targeted. It's been a while since I did descending. I completely forgot. That thing stays there for a while. Get him, Jessica.
動かないで。
Nice. There we go. Go.
立つるにあたりてすなわち立つ。
私は一歩も引きません。
Okay, that's half health.
すれば誰かに気づく前にあなたの死体を影に沈めてあげる。頑張ります。
And now we deploy you. That's fine. I need the healer.
オリジニウム攻略を乗せた溶岩に
Keep you alive so the HP loss doesn't kill you.
ドキドキする。
And now she deals with stuff. Holy goodbye! Good fucking bye, brother.
これで前回取り損ねたデータも
あらゆる悪を
Get deleted.
責任は取ってもらうよ。
No, you're not deploying your Weiqi stones.
分はちゃんと
Okay, here we go, here we go, here we go. Now, now we deal with the battlefield. I need someone to block upstairs, or I can just let him through it. That's also fine. That's fine. You're not in range yet, huh? Never mind, delete it. Never mind, completely delete it. Okay, well, shock. Oh my god. Ma'am, are we gonna survive up there? She actually lives, okay. Oh. Uh-huh. He's just doing rounds.
これで全国来るべき怪人は私が送り出します。
足元
急げ。配偶が煮込みすぎてグズグズになるよ。
しかして人こそが最後の兵器なのです。
この剣の力は破るにあたりですなわち
私が
Speed. I am speed. Wang just gave up. Indeed.
練習終わったのです。
He saw the carnage and was like, nah, not worth.
どうすればいい？絶望の匂いにカムフラージュできない。
戦うことで終わったのです。
Jesus.
時々早く離れてください。お願いします。命をさらう石を溶けてしまえ。
抜刀する理由ははっきりしている。
流佐の感触を覚えています。
There we go. And there we go. Yeah, I did hear about this, NT. The funniest thing is, on that very same day, where the channel for Reverse got deleted by YouTube, apparently, was the very same day and the very same morning where I finished recording that last episode. I was literally on the channel, and I saw that the anime was uploaded as well. I was like, oh. And then a couple of hours later, the live stream happened. And then the channel disappeared for a couple of days. Lovely. Okay. Alright. Here we go. It's story time. I have no idea what happened. I do not know why it got deleted. It got deleted by YouTube. Probably hit some copyright or some shit. YouTube having the AI purge. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I haven't heard anything about what happened, just that the channel disappeared and then they reached out to YouTube and they had to work on it and get it back up and running. It's back now. No, there was no Bitcoin thing. It just disappeared. Like the afternoon after the live stream, I think it happened immediately after the live stream was done for the new patch. It just vanished. It was weird. Yeah, could have been just a automation thing from YouTube, which is shit, if that's the case. Okay. Oh yeah, I finally had the coin that, the risk coin that Annalise always wants me to get, or hopes I'm gonna get, the Zuola coin. This coin is actually very good. On toss, you do lose 2 life points, but the operators gain 200 attack, and every successive toss of the coin you get another 100 attack up until you reach 1,000. The coin is pretty good. Okay, every part 4 is unlocked. We're gonna start here, because this is the thing I didn't get to read last time. We're gonna start from part 4 on this, and we're gonna move through part 1, 2, and 3, go all the way back, and then read all part 4s in a row, and see what story is gonna be presenting itself through these. Okay, the cutscene, don't need to rewatch it again. It's literally a cutscene where they get the little token for the story, they get yeeted out of the garden, and Wang faces off against Sui. Pretty much the new Sui story begins. Alright, let's see. So part 1, No Regrets, Vengeance. Okay. The primordial fog shrinks back, and gloomy night becomes bright as day. The smoke rises from the sensor in spiral, standing steady on its stone platform. In the depths of its belly, the Faramut yet slumbers. He feels that his own body has become lighter, as if he has turned into a wisp of smoke rising through a hole in the sensor, floating across the heads of the candle holders and imperial guards, floating past the sealed stone door of the mausoleum, floating through the skies above Baijiao towards distant lands. He is Sui's sole proxy, born bearing the entirety of its wrath, and so his mission is to make humanity, make the true Lung, pay the price for betraying their gods. Avoiding the encircling imperial guard, the searching candle holders, and the ensnaring Tianxia, he walks the lands alone. As the Great Wild Hunt has proven, relying solely on the might of Faramuts is insufficient to destroy humanity. Thus he does not mind blending in with the crowd, twisting man's society in order to his own ends, so that he may throw all they have created into the flames. This guy has such a vengeance boner. He has a god complex and a vengeance boner on top of it. By the way, the text right now is talking about the white piece, the white version of Wang. So the one that looks like Wang but is almost purely white, essentially. After the hunt came hardship, with the refugees and bandits milling about the land. The end of the 100 Clan Rebellion saw the realm's treasure being squandered to near exhaustion. The hunt was not simply for conquest or the defense of the nation. While future generations will know of it as a great feat for their benefit, in the here and now, a single thought of the true Lung first brought corpses strewn everywhere and the collapse of the ancient order. The people cannot yet see any outcome of feeling the Faramuts. All they know are the... felling, not feeling. The people cannot yet see any outcome of felling the Faramuts. All they know are the bowels of pain of plain Konji... Wait, what? All they know are the bowels of plain Konji they cradle, so thin you can see the bottoms through the grains. It is amidst this chaos that a talented man made himself known. It is said he was the heir of a cadet branch of the House of Yan, that his family gave their all during the hunt, with him as the sole survivor. He could easily have coasted on his family's prestige to live the easy life of royalty, but instead chose to live among his fellow refugees toiling alongside them. When bandits came, he was the first to step forward. When food was given out, he gave himself the last portion. In time, the refugees' admiration for him grew, and they elected him the leader. The bandits he had fought became his followers, and the mandarins he had negotiated with became his friends. His entourage grew and grew until the court began to panic, afraid that it would become the source of the next great turmoil. However, the mandarins soon discovered that those who follow him were returning home, their arms laden with grain and gold. This rapid expansion of his ranks quickly became an endless contraction. Finally, the eccentric hero called upon many of Yan's secretaries of administration, where he essentially soothed the populace on behalf of the court, turning the budding unrest into the prelude of prosperity. And so, once he had seen the last group of refugees home, the court summoned him to Bai Dao. Okay. Wang but looks like a Chad. Sorry, I am. Looks a bit more bestial. To be fair, the giant dragon, if I... There's a reason to have a god complex. I mean... Considering... He has a reason, but considering that the majority of the other Faramoots are just, you know, chilling and enjoying life, and this guy is throwing a temper tantrum... brings it a bit weird. Anyway. Decades later, this great talent had become a trusted advisor to Yan. After the former True Lung passed, the succeeding True Lung depended on his decisions for many things. The court itself was full of his disciples and former followers. The Crown Prince was his humble student. Many high mandarins of the 6 ministries were great admirers of him in his youth, and quite a few commanders at the borderlands once traveled with him across the land, braving death together. All of Yan, from the literati and bureaucrats above to the common folk below, and all of the other outstanding talents of the nation approved of his abilities and merits. After all, a man like him could wield both pen and compose poetry and sword to battle the evil spirits. A man of inordinate versatility shows up less than once a century in Yan. And thus, when the True Lung was nearing death on his sickbed and composing his will, this man was chosen as successor before even the Crown Prince. Damn! As the True Lung saw it, the man had never wed and had no children to succeed him. While tutoring, he treated the Crown Prince as his own child. Perhaps this was all to dispel the True Lung's doubts, to prove he had no ambitions for the throne. That in time, when he himself passed, the imperial crown would return to the True Lung's bloodline. And so, after the True Lung passed, he wore the crown of the emperor. He once had many titles, but none were important. From then on, the people knew him as the True Lung. And when he proclaimed he would perform the rite of Feng Shan, a rite to pay homage to heaven and earth, at the Garden of Grotesqueries newly constructed outside Bai Jiao, all of Yan bowed to his will. Now he needs only to think it, and Yan could be sent into unending decay. He could make the machinery of government too bloated to function, or light a new fire in the belly of the people, ultimately casting the land into chaos. He could call in Yan's neighbors to be his accomplices, or use endless catastrophes as his most perfect weapon. Yes, with but a thought, Yan could be razed to the ground and Sui could complete its vengeance, enslaving humanity once more. All this with a single thought in the True Lung's mind. I mean, not wrong. Just think of the life ball, yeah. Okay, achievement. Part 2. In the end, the True Lung did not follow Sui's plan for one very simple reason. He could not bring himself to destroy everything he had built. Back when he still bore the pure wrath of Sui, he sowed the seeds of suspicion among the commoners. He had intended to incite a new 100-clan rebellion to shake the foundations of Yan, to use the flames of war to rend scars in the soil. Through this, he would obtain ultimate victory, becoming the king of a barren land, and the petty warlords beneath him would slaughter one another, and the people would know no rest. However, as he walked alongside the refugees across countless miles, he began to re-examine his mission. This was the first time he truly looked at humanity, rather than simply observing. As he looked up at the landscapes he once looked down upon, as he heard weeping and gratitude mixing together by his ears, he began to doubt himself. If he truly was the entirety of Sui, he should feel only loathing and resentment towards humanity, so why was he trying to help them? Did he wish to obtain satisfaction from their falling? Or perhaps it was a sort of sympathy towards man and their morality? But if he was not the bestial Sui itself, then what was he? A pair of eyes? A puppet? If so, he should only be a tool for Sui's vengeance. From whence stemmed this emotion? He had no answer, only doubts. These doubts grew and grew, and that first great fury eventually gave way to consideration for humanity. He revised his plans unceasingly, breaking apart the cruel scheme he had built with his own hands. In the end, the shadow of war became a shadow looming over the court, and when he realized his reason to seize the throne was simply to hold the ultimate title of humanity, he was finally willing to admit. Though his self may have originated from a Farenmut, he was no beast. And so Yan became to have a perfect true Lung. He was involved in the writing of every decree, took interest in the appointment of bureaucrats, amended laws, formulated standards, and advanced the sciences. Under his talent and foresight, the people did not want for food or clothing and enjoyed lives of peace. Catastrophes were predicted with precision, rarely ever causing major damage. Bandits were scoured from the nation, and threats from both the north and the sea were eliminated. The Sui regulator was granted even more authority, and their suppression of Sui grew even stricter. As for himself, he preferred the rite of Feng Shan in the Garden of Grotesqueries, the rite of Feng Shan in the Garden of Grotesqueries time after time, peeling away the proxy body he so hated little by little, and through the rite he cast it into the tomb of Sui. Now he was undeniably human, and among humans there were none as perfect as he. As the true Lung, he had a mission, a duty, to lead his nation to the same realm of perfection as he. So long as he existed, this temperament, this awareness would not change. I'm literally just thinking to myself right now, where is this going? Where is this going right now? The people of Yan have not seen their true Lung in a very long time. It is not just the commoners. Even the mandarins of the 6 ministries have not seen hide nor hair of him. One day he suddenly expelled everyone from the palace and ordered the Imperial Guard to seal it off. He has not shown himself since that day 100 years ago. The lives of the populace remain as smooth as ever, and Yan does not suffer for her ruler's silence, continuing to be one of the few prosperous nations of Terra. Before the sealing, the True Lung had written a grand tome on all things big and small, thoroughly elaborating on every subject imaginable. Answers to almost every question could be found within. Commoners consulted it to plan their lives, mandarins consulted it to understand their duties and responsibilities, artists and scientists consulted it for inspiration. The political system stabilized, the mechanisms dispensing rewards and punishments were flawless, and all did their duty loyally without slackening. The True Lung had given them the answers to everything after all. Living life like this should have been incomparably wonderful, but everyone could sense a terrific fact asserting itself. Something had vanished from their lives. Imperfection, the one thing that humans might loathe but kinda need in their daily life. You mean that? The true Lung sits atop his throne, not a single pinprick of light by his side. Why is it that humanity's greatest are always pushed towards sovereignty? Is it to squander his talents, to force him to yield to the abyss of administration? He has already done all a human can do and recorded the entirety of it. But to this day, there are still none qualified to stand by his side. Mortals have their limits, and the true Lung was wary of doing such repetitive tasks over and over and over. And so he wrote down the lives of all humanity, allowing Yan to prosper freely. This was his final act of goodwill. He does not regret becoming human. His self did not require the bestial Sui's control. It is simply that even one as detached as he will always have things that cannot be resolved alone. Yet mortals cannot keep up with him, and so he sank into the irresolvable void. Like a foul beast flying towards the sky, he can see the dark expanse of the heavens, and cast away the land behind him, but he will never be able to reach a single twinkling star. Thus he sits there, at a standstill. No, I'm waiting for a twist here. I don't think that's what it means. I have a dumb feeling that part 3 is gonna end on that this is a possibility, a Sui's dream or something of how shit would go if it would be in control. But let's see part 3 first. Okay, part 3, Fall. Within this flawless order, in a remote corner of Yan, an old man lifts up a torch. As night descends, the eyes of the people are drawn to that brilliant torchlight. They have seen Yan's past. They have all read the tales of people giving their all for a shared goal. The end of the 100 Clan Rebellion, the Great Wild Hunt, and the revitalization the true Lung brought. Now the light of this flame lights anew things in their hearts that had left them long ago. Desire, purpose, doubt. As the all-powerful true Lung had written everything down, they grew dependent on what they'd been told and no longer questioned anything. Their ruler had sat in silence for a century, yet even the ridiculousness of this had not stirred any doubts. But now this flame spurs the people to reject the silence. They eagerly light their own torches using the old man's, bringing those sparks with them as they walk to Baijiao. Mandarins and soldiers try to stop the flame bearers, but when the fires illuminate their hidden doubts, they allow them to continue onwards. Thus, the long trails of firelight lifted high wend their way all across Yan into Baijiao. They gather before the palace, trying to use their light to illuminate the final obstacle before them: the Imperial Guards. The most loyal defenders of the true Lung, and the ones who have sealed him within. Over the last 100 years, cohorts after cohorts have guarded the empty heart of Baijiao. The true Lung issued no decrees, the palace showed no activity, but they still watch its gates, allowing none to pass. The fires reveal their blind obedience and also begin to rouse doubt in their hearts. The guards decide to compromise. The dust-caked gates are opened, and the people lift high their torches as they enter, searching for any trace of the true Lung. None attempt to plunder the building, or to damage it. They simply wish to know the truth. One question runs through the minds of all flame bearers. Did the true Lung no longer wish to lead his subjects, or did he actually vanish long ago? With every room opened, some decide to stay to sweep away the dust and wipe the furniture, allowing crime-ridden time to flow once more when the doors to the main hall are opened. and Firelight enters for the first time in a century. All that can be seen atop the throne is a gown and a crown. At the summit of the Garden of Grotesqueries, where the rite takes place, a man with a beard reaching the ground plays Wei Qi with a white-haired elder dressed in black. The board is atop the altar that suppresses Sui. The stone stands where sacred vessels are placed, serving as branches. The two place their stones with voracious speed, so before long a victory is decided. It is the younger of the two, yet his victory seems to bring him no joy, because it was the elderly man who had cast a stone into the calm waters of Yan, drawing him away from 100 years of seclusion. Even if the elderly man possessed the same wisdom and ability as him, it would still be insufficient to realize his desire to touch the star. In which case, what do you want? The elderly man raises his head, one blind eye nearly pure white, the other as black as ink, yet with no luster. Your help, Chongya. The man known as Chongya, who once held the title of... The man known as Chongya, who once held the title of True Lung, stands, peering closely at the elderly man. That was the name he used before ascending the throne. By now, none but himself should remember it. The elderly man picks up the final black stone he placed on the board and gives it to Chongya. The moment his finger touches it, the land around him smears like an oil painting, leaving only the mountain beneath his feet and Sui's slumbering body. His exploits, his rebellion, his exhaustion were all but insignificant dreams of Sui as it slept. Did you never wonder? How could the proxy of a Faramud whose powers are rooted in evolution resign himself to silence in the midst of change? It created you and erased your future. Within the silence, it has countless ways to hone you into a blade to kill traitors young. It formed you from the combined memories of the Sui proxies. As for your appearance, it comes from its greatest shame. Our eldest brother, the only proxy to grasp rebirth. Amid the darkness, the embodiment of ruin flickers in and out. The elderly man looks towards the surging void and begins to speak more quickly. It has been evolving for a very long time now. Relying solely on planning will not suffice. There may be countless of you gestating within its imagination. There may be many tricks I have not foreseen being thought up this very moment. But if Sui has prepared you to shatter our resistance, then you can certainly crush its plot. Do you? The tide rises, erasing the last speck of reality within this fantasy. So yeah, it was a dream. It was a crazy dream. I was thinking the entire time, is the plot twist gonna be that True Lung, that hero is Chongya? Okay. This was a crazy dream. So basically Sui dreaming about another reality. Okay. Okay, well, this was crazy. Damn-year-old dude. The 100 clan rebellion predates the modern calendar of Terra. Yeah, that's very old. Okay. Okay, very interesting. Okay, now we're gonna go in order. I'm gonna go from ending 1 to ending 5 and read all part 4s. But first, I wanna see something. Where was that one weird part 3 ending? I think it's this one. I'm gonna read this at the end, because I wanna see something. I wanna see something in that ending. Anyway, let's see. Part 4 on ending 1. Anchor. Uh-huh. Let's see, what's this gonna be now? It starts immediately with someone saying something. Is it E? It is E. This isn't as simple as collecting stones, and atmosphere is neither living nor dead. Rather, it is like a wisp of smoke, a breath of wind. Bread? A bread. Bread. A breath of wind. A perception even. Tell me then, how are we meant to collect such a thing? E's hands do not stop, even as he speaks. Wheresoever his hands reach, moss climbs up the strange stone while still waters take in the falling snow. Liang tosses him a half-baked answer, knowing E is simply looking for someone to ramble at while he's busy. Wrong. He is, of course, rather pleased. By the time you've dragged up a definition of atmosphere, it will have already changed. When the cold wind wears away the rocks and the horn beasts trudge through the snow, have they ever stopped to consider it? Such stubborn demands will only make you lose sight of the essence. The compromise we've arrived at is just right. Let me see. Over here, pull in another brook, nestled between the mount and the stream, where chi and life gather. Ha! How brilliant! With the gardenlet complete, Liang sends over a cup of tea and a plate of candied preservers. E lies down across a hornbeast's horns and eagerly admires his own handiwork as he allows the beast to take him where it will with its swaying gait. This guy. This hornbeast was lured over by a path through the forest that does not yet exist. This secluded forest, nestled between the mountains, was a good choice to merge with the frozen soil of Sami. Closer inspection reveals yet another sight. A wondrous forest of stone, the fragrant grass strewn about linking them together. The beast bends down to eat, and during this fateful moment, a pink leaf falls upon its horn, taking on the form of a human. In the eyes of the admirer, the gardenlet is well suited to the hornbeast. And to the hornbeast, it is a veritable feast. Everyone is pleased. As it hooves gently paced by the forest edge, the leaf returns to the tree's branches, awaiting the next moment of destiny. Okay. E plays about with the ancient tree he is extremely fond of. One leaf seems to have absorbed the winds of the ice field, quivering several times. This tree, its age a mystery, links together countless leaves. Some carry the scent of desert sands, others emit the damp smell of the sea, while others fill the air with the scent of oil paintings from nations no longer on the map, like secret signals sewn across this great land. Whenever E loafs about, ignoring his duties, Liang will always nag him a little. Only when he's fiddling about with the tree does Liang leave him undisturbed. The Garden of Grotesqueries has left him many responsibilities as its master, watching atop the tomb, facing the memorial hall that refuses the recording of memory, the blank scroll and pages, and the name that sticks to the tip of the tongue, unable to be read. At first, E simply wanted a quiet space where he would not be disturbed, that he could decorate as he pleased. However, with it falling upon this realm, how could he hope for it to stand apart from the land? One must draw in hundreds and thousands of connections if one wants to merge the sites of the land. One tree cannot hope to hold all the beauty under heaven, but just as plants take in sunlight and roots absorb water and hooves tread along paths, how can you say this tree cannot collect every kind of atmosphere under heaven? If what brought E to this mortal realm was simply a memory of Sui coalesced upon the tree, then the many leaves of that tree are the roads he has walked, the sights he has seen, the smells he has smelled. How could he ever tire of looking at it? Okay. This was very simple, so I guess as the title of this suggests, that's the garden, the work, and the stuff that he does is his anchor in life, essentially. Okay. Interesting. Uh-huh. What's this gonna be now? So ending 2 part 4. Revision. It is a cold windy night, and in front of an ancient abandoned temple, a pot of congee cooks atop a pile of firewood. A student huddles close, warming himself by the fire. The sharp-eyed will notice the burning firewood is actually a stack of bamboo slips covered in writing. The bright yellow inner flame devouring the inky brushstrokes as it grows. Such a pity. The student turns in astonishment towards the speaker who appeared out of nowhere. The unexpected guest greets him, introducing herself as Jie, a writer seeking lost works. For many years, she had devoted her life to gathering and recompiling the scattered thoughts and ideas of Ferenmuts. She had come specifically to find and hopefully meet him, a page boy who had walked alongside a Ferenmut for help. It is a shame, then, that the most important of those writings was currently being used to heat up the pot. What a shame indeed! You must have been carrying those slips ever since you parted with your late master, sir. It must have been heartbreaking to feed them to the fire. Though I might be ignorant as to the details, I would like to... Upon seeing the student smile, Jie holds her tongue. It was hardly heartbreaking. It's cold and I had them on hand. That's all, really. He gently ladles up a bowl of congee and offers it to Jie. On hearing what he said, she's shocked into silence. Perhaps you have hidden away some copies, sir? I'm afraid not. Then why... What do you see in the fire? Jie speaks sternly. You collated those records yourself while with your master, the very thoughts of an ancient Ferenmut, both culturally and historically. Such documents are beyond rare. And if you close your eyes? What could she possibly see like that? Jie is hesitant, yet closes her eyes anyway. She no longer sees the words upon the slips, but a clear outline of the flames lingers. You mean to say that you see them as nothing more than flammable pieces of bamboo? Forgive me, but I cannot disagree more. The student ponders aloud. The Tao cannot be described, so it would be better to use these slips as fuel to warm myself. Jie is at a loss for words once more. All she can do is profess her ignorance of such matters and ask the man to explain once more. He sees her embarrassment and bows in apology. Forgive me for being inarticulate. I hope I haven't offended you, Miss Jie. My master once said that only by having no desires can you witness its marvels. An overly strong attachment to its words and deeds would leave one unable to follow the Tao. Jie remains quiet, thoughts racing through her head. She raises the notes in her hand. Look at these, sir. She first explains what paper books and pages are and points to the words on its cover. Records of winter stores. This is the name I've given these notes. I have a younger sister and a... Wait, sorry, what? I have a younger sister who is a farmer, and she once said that a seed that sprouts is born once, and then when it withers, it nourishes the soil to support new seeds, and so it is born once more. Thoughts falling from the brush follow the same logic. In my eyes, these pages carry this weight. How do you see them, sir? The handwriting is pretty fine, he says cheerfully. But while the writing on the cover is good, it doesn't bear looking at for long. The handwriting inside is better. He points at a page covered with messy scribbles. Jie habitually writes as she listens, and the rarer the material, the happier she becomes, and the messier her handwriting gets. Worse even than her fifth brother. Afterward, she often has to spend quite a long time deciphering her own words. I feel that sentence. This page is the most precious amongst all her notes. What is upon the paper are rising strokes. What is not upon the paper but in the heart is boundless joy. This handwriting demonstrates just how happy you were. The two of them glance at each other. Jie gets his meaning, and she smiles a smile of relief. Sorry, I truly am stupid. You act according to what you know, sir, and you follow the Tao of your master. While I thought you were merely making fun of me, it was worth making this trip. Okay. She now sits by the student's side, talking with him for a long time. Her brush flies across the pages, filling them top to bottom. Upon hearing the things Jie experienced on the way here, the student sighs. The Tao is the way of nature, so why work so hard to preserve it? Even if it is dispersed, even if it vanishes entirely, then that too is simply nature's course. Jie diligently records these words as well. Such attachment leads the student to become curious as to her reasons. Jie then asks if he had ever wondered where the Tao of his master came from. As she asks, the student touches the tip of her brush, and in an instant the land shatters into billions of glimmering pinpricks of light. The starry sky outside the star pod. This is why... What? The starry sky outside the starport. This is what it witnessed atop this land. The very first scenery that graced it. After over 10,000 years of change, the catastrophes caused by Originium changed the direction of the wind, and life among the ocean currents led to new tides. Amidst all this, it saw sights unchanging, pushing things towards the divine, and called it the Tao. And then humanity walked towards it, bringing their letters. The intent behind a brushstroke is the anchor point of thought, taking the starry sky, the tides, and the sudden winds rushing through the aged Faramut's mind, and placing them in ink. Just as thoughts take on form through words, so too did she become herself. As for her private motive, though born during the Faramut's silence in the wake of the Great Wild Hunt, she still clearly remembers the profound communication between the Faramuts and the people of the past. Sui at the time was merely an observer, but it had witnessed the dazzling sparks as these two species collided. So long as a seed remains, then the possibility of mutual understanding lies dormant, and there will come a day... Being able to chat with you like this has pleased me greatly. Jia's eyes sparkle as she laughs. No doubt you feel the same way, sir. Otherwise, how would I have had the chance to see you here centuries later? Centuries later? It is as if the student is waking from a dream. He is unsure when the fire was extinguished. Before the bamboo slips were fully burned away, the one who lit them poured water over them, unwilling to let them go just yet. The fire had been extinguished for centuries, already a pile of ancient dirt. From within it, the remnants have been carefully unearthed, several bamboo slips not yet fully burned. From one or two surviving strokes of ink, the true form may be glimpsed in the brush's intent, and its meaning understood. As for the girl, by the remnants of the fire, she holds those precious slips in her hand. She did not have time to wipe the ash off her face. You're the same as my master. The student's form becomes like fog. Geist. Centuries later, in the land of Yan, is there anyone who wishes to read these? We keep stores in winter for the coming of spring. If we store the seeds well, then one day the flowers shall bloom all across the fields once more. The student lets out a long sigh, and like ink dripping into water, slowly dissipates. Okay. Hey there, Kilo. How's it going? Alright, interesting. So Gia basically met with, at one point met with a Geist, with a script Geist. Who served under a Faramut. Okay. Interesting. And this also seems to be working into her conviction as a character, how she sees the writing and stuff. Just in general. For a long neck talk, Jesus Christ. What the hell, Crystal? Sui's an observer? Not in... not in that form. It meant that the Sui was just observing stuff as it was happening on the world. As humans were interacting with Faramuts, essentially. Like, back in the day. When everything started. Okay, so that's part 2. Part 3. Okay, hold on, I'm gonna get back to this one. Heaven's Dare. What is this gonna now be? The will from the deep earth is now wholly returning to the deep earth. Turning reality into void, void into reality, they abandoned their bestial forms and became the mountains and rivers of the land. Then, Null became all, the mountains became its skin, the rivers its blood vessels, and this land became its entirety. It is Terra. A Faramut known as Terra? Okay, what is this? Like a foul beast hatching out its shell, it tears through the star pod, enveloping it, struggling to break away from the tethers of gravity, floating off into the depths of the heavenly abyss, free yet lonely. It will persist in this flight for thousands, tens of thousands of years. Time is of no concern to Terra. It need only be patient and await the day the threat no longer exists. Having inferred the game state upon this point, the stone in Wang's hand does not yet fall. The hulking ash-white supercomputer cluster... What? The hulking ash-white supercomputer cluster watches him with its unwavering inorganic eyes. Like any good audience, it spectates in silence. At least until now, when Wang hesitates. Upon its screen appears a series of words. Success rate 0. What is this another dream simulation, whatever the hell is happening right now? After a long pause, a square decimal point appears beside that numeral representing absolutely nothing, followed by many more zeros before finally, at the tip of the countless zeros, nothings and knots, a higher digit appears to wrap it up. This is its calculation, and it matches Wang's own. The single precious chance to succeed, less than a hair's breadth from ruination. Wang rolls the stone between his fingers. At his feet, masses of discarded stones have piled up into a miniature mountain. An ending like this, claimed from the hands of an invincible enemy, would be considered a draw. More than 10,000 calculations, more than 10,000 defeats. This draw was not so easily won. But in the end, Wang tosses the stone into the pile too. To carry out new calculations, the audience attempts to display puzzlement on its screen. Wang ascends to the shadow moon, sitting before that audience, seeking a way to reap a great benefit for Terra, or rather to use an expression his sibling was fond of. To reap a great benefit for the mortal realm they yearn for, one of endless variety and joy. If Terra were to turn null into all Terrans would become its proxies. Even if it successfully escaped from calamity, and the mountains returned to mountains, and the earth to earth, how many could separate themselves from that chaos of mingled wills and return to being people? His sister already knows well the suffering of being trapped in inescapable muddy waters. If she could know of this plan, worry would appear in her eyes, and she would stroke the hair by her temples, her habit when about to dispense sage advice. Even if there were a slim chance of hope, but civilization would be annihilated, she would never accept it, even if he had devised a way for his family to remain. As for Wang himself, when has he ever cared for others' advice? He wants to win, of course. From the dawn of heaven and earth to the moment all things fade into oblivion, such a match is rarely met, such an opponent rarely found. What Wei Qi player would not wish for victory? For the sake of this victory, he sits atop the shadow moon in unending inference, until his hair grows white and his body and mind both begin to fail him. There is always a price to pay to peer at heaven's design. But what is victory? His past loathing and hatred burning for a century still blaze bright in his heart. For that chance to succeed, for that distant so-called continuation of life, will he push the mortal realm before him into the muddy waters? This mortal realm that might not be quite so dull after all. It seems the machine's judgment is nothing remarkable either. An ending like this would be a great defeat in his eyes. He rolls a new stone between his fingers, beginning yet another round of calculation. Uh-huh. Crystal, so far, the last three, including this one, ISs always turn to the sci-fi in a very drastic maneuver. Okay. Okay, this was interesting. This was very interesting. So wait, let me just read the beginning again. The will from the deep earth is now wholly returning to the deep earth, turning reality into void, void into reality. They abandoned their bestial forms. Okay, they, multiple, abandoned their bestial forms and became the mountains and rivers of the land. Then Null became all, the mountains became its skin, the rivers its blood vessels, and this land became its entirety. It is Terra, a Fedamut known as Terra. So if this is to be taken literally, if I guess all Feramuts that walk across the planet just actually meld with the planet itself would become a Feramut? I mean, we know that one of the moons is fake. That we do know. As in, it was built by hand. Okay. The hulking ash-white supercomputer cluster watches him with its unwavering inorganic eyes. Like any good audience expected, it's in silence, at least until now, when Wang hesitates upon its screen appears a series of words. Uh-huh. Interesting. Well, this doesn't appear to be a dream or anything. This one appears to be an actual thing. So if I'm to understand this properly... So Pheromones are Terra's proxies? Probably not? But maybe. One thing I will mention from the current Sui story, they do mention in the current Sui story that all Pheromones seem to be formations out of like a primordial void, essentially. Like essentially they form themselves out of something. Like a primal ooze or whatever the hell into the things we know so far. Who knows? Who the fuck knows? Maybe the planet is actually alive. That would be that would be crazy. Ether? Nah, there is no mention of another dimension, just primordial stuff. A void. Okay. Interesting, but yeah, if the rest is... If the rest of this is to be taken literally, then either Wang found a way to get up to the fake moon, or he found an interface that connects to the moon. And he's basically playing training and playing Wei Qi against the supercomputer. The old ones. Oh, God. Okay, the next part 4. Let's see this. So, ending for part 4. Unshackled. Oh boy, here we go again. Unshackled. The megastructure on the dark side of Terra let out a wail. You can't just start like that, right? You can't just start with a sentence like that, right? The megastructure on the dark side of Terra let out a wail. None had expected the first omen of ruination to be so low, so deep, and unstoppable shaking that could be felt anywhere. Rumors spread and the entire land turned to panic. Now, atop a vast river, a lone raft carrying 3 sails away from the crowd towards the horizon. 2 of the 3 are drinking together with a most peaceful and quiet atmosphere. A nice argument, but your logic is flawed. The peculiar-looking artisan keeps shaking his head. According to you, those who know themselves do not understand, but rather can never know freedom. The plain-dressed elder across from him is rather interested in this debate, taking his time with his reply as he takes them on a different tack. I have a story, one that is quite relevant. Several years ago, before the land had become a complete mess, I was traveling the far southern seas where I saw a musk beast as big as a man's palm. The artisan rudely interrupts him. Your story is the same as your argument, brother Ho. Uh-huh. I've been listening for thousands of years now, and I figured out the rules long ago. You're thinking of saying the heart is large, perhaps larger than the ocean is deep, aren't you? You should know when to stop deluding yourself. The elder doesn't mind the offense, instead laughing at how his slow wit stubbornly refuses to change. He turns toward the 3rd occupant of the bamboo raft. He does not partake in the drinks, nor does he join them in debate. He simply looks toward where they came from in silence. Here, with the shore long out of sight, naturally he will no longer have to see the panic-stricken eyes of those trying to put on brave faces, the conflict at the hour of the day as the end neared, or the clamor that gives him a headache. What say you, Wang? Where has your unfettered freedom gone this time? The elder kindly passes him a cup of wine. Wang accepts it, then places it back down onto the raft. It is a habit of mine not to drink while I do things. I had no idea you were such a stickler for law and order. Just watch, Wang. Brother Ho is about to point at that cup and tell you it's got no wine in it, that you must not be bound to such distinctions. The three men on the raft give each other knowing smiles. Law and order bind only the body. If the heart wishes to be unfettered and free, it cannot be shackled by worldly things, says Wang. In this life, people come and go. All matters left unfulfilled are mixed with new bindings, inevitably tangling together like strands of silk. This particular thought is of no need to speak out loud. He merely turns to the plain-dressed elder. As for you, if you truly have this freedom you speak of, why would you appear here? The two pondered the meaning of Wang's words and find a new point of view within. They return to their debate with renewed vigor, heedless of the darkening skies above their heads or the strengthening waves around them. Their jar of wine, stamped with the emblem of Yan's army, is near empty. An ancient custom of the army is to see off advanced teams. In these trying times, Faramuts and the humans of Yan turned from foe to friend, standing together on the front lines against the end. The wine symbolizing trust and valor, too, was shared with them. The main armies maintained their distance from them, awaiting their signal. As the raft approaches the end of the great river, their chatter and laughter are drowned out by a clamorous noise on occasion. Not just the sound of the river's flow, but also the sound of countless joints bending, countless limbs slamming against the ground as they march, and countless humans bellowing out as they give their all in battle. Their raft has finally drifted to their destination, beyond the land known as Terra, within the boundless abyss of its dark side. The enemies from beyond the sky are about to break through humanity's greatest defensive line and invade the known world. The sky is shrouded, with not a single ray of light allowed through. More enemies are gathering at the other end of the megastructure humanity once used to move to and fro between the land and the Shadow Moon, so that they may descend on Terra. The flags of many nations were torn apart in the attack, the corpses of their soldiers are strewn together across the battlefield, the river shakes violently from tremors in the ground as the bamboo raft gently breathes. Think carefully, Ho. If you step into this battle, you shall never have the freedom you desire. If one walks alone with the pure spirit of heaven and earth, how can one be limited by life and death? Wang answers on behalf of the plain-dressed elder. The elder looks up to the sky and laughs, and with his two companions, they move themselves towards the battlefield. Aha! How far into the future is this? How far into the future is this? Should I quiver in my boots right now? When is this happening? Was this happening when the Cosmic Gate and Talos 2 got destroyed? No, because Wang was not around back then. But maybe... actually, how long ago was that? That wasn't that long ago, but the problem here is the text also mentions using a mega structure to go between the Shadow Moon and then Terra itself. Where was that part? More enemies are gathered at the other side of the megastructure. Humanity wants... Oh, no, never mind. Yeah, this could be... How long ago was that when the... I can't remember if that was mentioned. No, it was mentioned at some point. How long ago was that when the second gate supposedly got annihilated? 13,000? 150. Hold on. What is his fucking name? Fuck, the names are escaping me right now. Mr. Lion and Mr. Horse. Holy shit, why am I forgetting the names of Genghis Khan and probably King Arthas? Cause the gate goes kaput when those two start fighting at the gate. And that wasn't that long ago. Lugal Shargus, that was the name. Blah 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 blah. This doesn't tell me anything. Okay, this is better. Okay. I wish this would only say so many years ago. Because I'm not really familiar. Okay. So it is about 1,000 years ago. Okay. It could be talking. It could be talking then about when the second gate got absolutely destroyed in that conflict, because the armies of Lugal Shargus and Karandu Kagan were moving towards the second gate in the Hotlands, or beyond the Hotlands rather. And the conflict over there caused a lot of shit. Reached the south as part of the Kagan quest, who was eager to fight with the... fought relentlessly with the Kashyyyks. Yeah, launched the conquest against the demons at the foreign Hotlands. On the day he departed to the Hotlands, Lugal Shargus ordered his son and... yeah, okay, yeah, blah blah blah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, Lugal Shargus and Karandu Kagan were leading their armies towards the south gate to fight the demons. And then the two of them are locked into combat to, I believe, to keep shit locked in place there for an eternity. Yeah, their battle basically created all that shit and the gate was destroyed. Okay. So yeah, I guess this part could be talking about it. This is around the time frame where Wang should be around. And Wang did have connections to both. Well, he did have connections to Ho. Okay. 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 Okay, I'm terrified what the last thing is gonna be. What is the last thing gonna be? Alright, ending 5, part 4, Rebirth! That's Final Fantasy VII. Anyway. Oh god. Oh god. Okay. Rebirth. With a swing of a sword, the monster with the head of a man and the body of a lung dissipates into nothingness. Yet another mad vision of Sui, yet another fallen self. Chongye wipes the blood of his blade, continuing his wandering amid the flux of change. When the 1/12th of the self roused him from his standstill, when the truth was revealed to him, Chongye knew he would agree to Wang's request. For in that fantasy, he had already rejected his identity as a Sui proxy. He is a lone self. Within the many prisons Sui created, he sees many versions of this self. A tyrant bathing in a sea of blood, a tycoon hoarding golden grain, an apothecary sowing toxic seeds, a smith who forges chains and fetters. They all submitted to Sui, and these were their visions for vengeance against humanity. Thus, the tyrant is drowned, the tycoon is reaped, the apothecary is poisoned, the smith is imprisoned. Its thoughts are used to destroy its fantasies, which leads Sui's ire to resound throughout the tomb. But this was Chongye's plan all along. While it focuses on annihilating him, Wang will have the space to implement his plans, seeking within this mausoleum a lifeline for all. Even so, things seem bleak. Its thoughts are filled with his surrendered selves, and Sui has already evolved beyond what resistance lies within those memories. Given time, it will certainly... Chongye suddenly realizes that if he were to rely solely on force, he would never be able to stop Sui. If all that is left in his heart is bloodthirst, he may return to being its puppet, turning to kill the one who pulled him out of the silence. He looks down at the black stone in his palm. His nature and Wang's, and that of the other Sui proxies, are not too different from one another. They are all continuations of its thoughts, there to implement its will in the mortal realm. But now these thoughts are resisting its mind like cells attempting to resist the body whole, something utterly absurd in the eyes of the master of that body. Sui is like an irresponsible officer, throwing newborn babies to the front lines and ordering them to bring it the heads of its enemies. However, it has never told them how to stand, how to walk, how to defend themselves, or how to actually slay those enemies. As for their enemies, those humans once regarded by the gods as mere ants, they gave them shelter, showed them new horizons, cultivated their tastes, taught them ethics and virtue, allowed them to understand the truth about themselves as non-entropic beings, and allowed them to truly become themselves, to learn why one lives. With all this in mind, when they recall their creator's command, will they be able to turn their heads and slaughter the humans that raised them? They stand across from Sui, using their dreams, their craving for life, to resist its order. However, power is the strongest tool Sui has to control the proxies. Their desire to become human allows them to use the gift Sui left behind as they please, but it also serves as shackles to bind them. Chongye thinks back to the time before he became the true Lung, when he still wandered the land. His power was great enough to accomplish anything he could think of, just like Sui. But when he bent his head to toil alongside the farmers and grasped tied his sword beside his fellow soldiers, he knew that what he yearned for, power could not grant. This yearning allows him to throw off the shackles of paracausality, the enticement of power and the pain of rebirth, allowing him to mold a perfectly ordinary body, allowing him to gain a true heart. Qingyan places all this within the black stone, then throws it into Sui's thoughts with great force. If he does not survive, if it seizes this body, so be it. It does not matter. His final cheer for humanity shall echo throughout Sui's remnant consciousness for all eternity. Uh-huh. So, Chong was the True Long at one point? Am I to take that literally? Huh? Okay. Uh-huh. I guess he was until stuff happened. I guess he was for a while. These part 4s are definitely a tiny bit confusing. I mean, yeah, he could have acted as a... Yeah, he could have acted as the True Long for a while. I mean, the text earlier did describe him as taking or being granted a position as True Long, and then to teach the younger. The rest of that text might have been just a dream, essentially, of Sui's, how it would go, essentially. I mean, it does also describe... It does also describe in that text that... What was it again? That he shed away the skin of Sui from himself, essentially, which Qingyan definitely does. He binds his old self into the sword and becomes a human, essentially, afterwards. You confused me in your clip section, huh? Sure. Going Qingping's blood. I couldn't remember if exactly whose daughter she was supposed to be at that moment. That was all. I confused myself, so don't worry about that. No one can yep more. Yes, Chong can definitely yap a lot. Is every descendant of Yana true? Sorry. Is every descendant of Yana true Long or only the current emperor? No, it's a family line. The story, I'm not gonna go into detail as to why, but just in case people are watching who haven't gone through the story, because there is a plot point. Also, thank you. There is a very strict plot point why it's a family thing, and it can only be the True Long's bloodline that is essentially the Emperor of Yan. It's very fixed in place that it can be only his family. There's a blood reason. Also, I wanted to check this part out. There was a part in here that was originally very confusing, and I want to see... Right, I remember this part being very confusing, but I do want to see it, so... Let's put it this way, I think this is a post-current story thing, so don't spoil anything in the chat. I'm just gonna read again through this part 3 of part 3 of ending 3 rather. If you know what this signifies, you know. If you don't, you'll know. Okay, recontinue. 2 Weiqi players are having a game in a pavilion. The black-clad player as black, the player in the white robe as white. The game has reached its midpoint and the black-clad man calculates his next move. If he were his former self, he would have made his move long ago, but now, Wang say, what say you, Mr. Wang? Wang continues to ponder the changes atop the board. Ever since the bestial Sui matter had been settled, he and his siblings have lost their powers. His cunning plans are scattered and he is no longer able to calculate past, present and future like he used to. The exhaustion and pain after overthinking oft remind him that he is now a mere mortal. Wang places his stone. It is now the white-robed youth's turn to ponder, giving Wang the chance to relax. He is surprised by this unfamiliar feeling. Was it a fluke or has he become complacent? He cannot say for sure. Soon, doubt winds its way around his heart once more. His opponent places his stone in a place he did not consider, and so he begins another round of endless deliberation by him. Things have changed. He can no longer reckon the millions and billions of variations of the board with a single glance, but this game is one he must win. He must obtain that scroll, one devoid of ink and paint. 2 hours ago, Wang saw the scroll in a gallery. It boasted no calligraphy or painting, but everyone who saw it said they could see an indistinct likeness of somebody on its blank face. The moment Wang stepped forward to buy it, another did as well to inquire the price. The two had come forward at the same time, and neither was willing to acquiesce, so they moved to a pavilion in the gallery's rear court to wager it all on a game of Weiqi. By the time they entered the endgame, the sun is about to set. The proprietor of the gallery gives them lamps, stepping forward to peer at what are to be the deciding moves of the game. But the one who is about to place his stone does not move, confusing even the proprietor. Just as he is about to head off, Wang stretches a hand out to his opponent. I thank you for your grace. The white-robed youth wipes the sweat off his brow, placing his stone down on the board before grasping Wang's hand with both of his. You're both evenly matched. Not going to keep the game going? No need. I'm sure Mr. Wang here is like me. After running all the calculations, we both know how it will end, right? Wang nods. Then my scroll... The white-robed youth takes the scroll from the proprietor, then solemnly presents it to Wang. Wang frowns, unsure of what plans are brewing in his opponent's mind. Our battle over the scroll earlier was simply because I saw you were a man who knew Weiqi, sir, so I came up with this pretense to have a chance to play. If I have offended you, then I beg your forgiveness. I don't know Weiqi at all. Wang stands to receive the scroll, taking out his wallet at the same time to pay the proprietor for the scroll. I've simply placed a lot of stones over a long time. You get a knack for it. Besides, this game was my... just some mutual education, sir. No need to worry about wins or losses. The white-robed youth interrupts Wang. I've loved Weiqi ever since I was a child, and while I have some talent, winning more than I lose, lately I find myself more interested in calculating the variables on the board rather than worrying about victory. From our game, I can see that although you are a little rusty, sir, you come up with strategies deep and tactics wide, and a great many of them as well. I've very much enjoyed myself. If we ever meet again, I hope to have another head-to-head match with you. I must be off to Baijiao to take an examination. Farewell. Wang looks at the board in front of him and continues to think, placing black and white stones according to his calculations. It is just as both he and the youth surmised. It was clearly to be his loss, yet if he had taken the point where the youth had placed his final stone, where Wang was about to place his stone before he passed his turn, then there had been the possibility of turning things in his favor. Wang bids farewell to the gallery's proprietor before finding an inn to stay at. Many years ago, Wang had an opponent he played for a long stretch of time, but he did not know their identity. They played white as well, and were locked in combat with Wang over that game of heaven and earth, equally matched. Being able to meet someone similar was a miracle, but Wang had no mind to pry. He had more important matters at hand. Wang unfurls the scroll, its surface completely blank. He takes off the amber pendant he wears and places it atop the scroll. Within the amber is a tattered scrap of paper. Before the portrait in Tianzi Shrine fell apart completely, Yi enclosed its final scrap within the petrified sap before leaving it to Wang. Now it has become the only clue he has to search for his kin. The amber glides across the scroll, revealing the silhouette of a woman. Things he had forgotten for years upon years now wind their way through his mind once more. The bestial Sui has faded away, but his siblings have become ordinary folk. Is there not the possibility that somewhere out there in Great Yan, his younger sister who had been forgotten by all is now like them, lingering upon this land in the form of a mortal? Right. Okay. Okay, interesting. There is a race I'm missing in Yan. I haven't seen any Anise Sarkas yet, and I mean Sarkas and not Anasa or Oni. Ah, that's what you mean. I mean, who knows, over the next God knows how many years, it could be that some Sarkas group moves into Yan, because the times are changing and stuff and things and the stuff, right? So who knows? Who knows? Finished. Finished. The last. All unveiled. That are based on pigs or boars? I don't think so. I don't think I ever remember seeing yeah, I don't think I ever remember seeing any of the like character sprites that is supposed to be like a pig or a boar. Like oxes essentially, and cows, sure, we've seen those enough. That's but yeah, I don't know. I don't think I've seen any pigs or boar people. I don't remember. I think that would stand out. Baby Vishana is her mother or grandmother? God, no, bro. I hope not. That would be hysterical. She was born on 6/7. Oh God, no. Great, great. Let the memes flow, I guess. Can we let that meme die? Can we let that stupid meme die already? It's been a year. Memes usually these days die in like a month. Or apes. Wouldn't monkeys just be human? That would be a bit of hairier versions, but wouldn't monkeys just be humans? And at this point with the evolution? Considering banning you for 1 minute. We need to move to 8-9. No, we need to go back to 6-9. That is the true. That is the true number. You share your birthday with Liscarm. I have no idea. I have no idea which operator is born on my birthday, I'll be honest. Or maybe I knew, but I forgot. Is there a way to quickly check who was born on the 30th of November? Am I gonna get that result if I just search? Apparently it's province. Oh, there is a calendar. Rhodes Island birthdays. This is a page. Uh-huh. Alright. August. September, October. Yeah, province. Interesting. Imagine if there's like a race of people with no features caused the monkeys and everyone, including themselves, just assume they're Ager. I mean... With Zola, Vulcan, and Spot. Damn. First and third. Actually, hold on. Let me link this. Let me link this page. I've never looked this page up, but very interesting if someone wants to check where who has a birthday on the same day as them. I was faster. Haha. That's basically what happened in the Olympus Company collab. Everybody's an Ager. What's the day? Today is August 5th. Or well, technically it's gonna be the 6th in a couple of minutes. No one has a birthday on August 5th or 6th. And funnily... funnily enough, the new guy that was pullable, Taxarakum, the new healer dude, 5-star, he's the first in the next couple of days to have a birthday on Friday. How is my New Game Plus for Daybreak 2 going along? Absolutely nowhere. I have not touched it for a while. Absolutely no time. Absolutely zero time. Really? Harold and Mudrock have a birthday on the same day. That's funny. Okay, this has to be intentional. Frickin' Chive and Neon have a birthday on the same day. This has to be intentional. Those two goobers. Dusk and Lapland share a birthday? Dusk and Lapland share a birthday? No! What the fuck is that combo? Oh good, Mulesy shares a birthday with Tachanka. This is funny. Holy mother of what the hell? 12th December is like 5 people. And the 1st of December. What the shit? 3rd of March? Hold on. What is this combination? 12F, Kobe, K, Heavy Rain, Jessica, and Ling. That's okay. It's 5 people. But damn. There's some weird combos in here. There's some weird overlaps. Wang shares a birthday with Tomimi. I mean, the closest to my birthday is Almond. Oh. April 7th? What is this combo? Cantabile, Coroserum, Mantra, Wind Chimes, and collab unit Umiri Yahata. Jesus. Who's like a wild combo on a birthday? Why? It's always funny to find the Rainbow Six units sharing a birthday with someone. I just found Blitz and Iris on the same day. NCOdas shares his birthday with Therm X. That's funny. That is fucking funny. Who's like a wild combo in here? Fucking NCOdas. Goddamn Silver Ash. I mean, I guess it makes sense. They both have like a suave voice. Just one is hyperactive. Okay. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Stuart Exia? Confess 47? And Rainbow Six Operator Ash. What? Horvis Yuhei is also funny, yeah. Frost and Nightingale. Oh, the little black cat from the other collab, right? That is actually funny. That is actually funny. Right. It's fucking hell. What are these combos? Oh, interesting. I didn't even pay attention to the bottom. There's a couple of characters that don't have a known birthday, apparently. Manticore, Firewatch, Quora, Schwartz. Why is regular Blaze there? I've seen them put normal Blaze in there. Why did I... Whatever. Conviction. Normal W. Oh, yeah, W, yeah. That makes sense. Calls it. Valarquin. Kestrel. Lutonada. Ascalon, okay. Tin Man. Miss Christine and Ju. Initially are forced. Oh yeah, the normal variant, Retro Right, didn't have the birthday. Makes sense. May 1st? May 1st really is just 4 stars. Frostleaf, Gavial, May, and Meteor. That's very funny. Where's... Frickin' Chilchuck? Liscarm? Robin and Silence. Okay. Okay, these are very funny. Uh-huh. I have just found the triplet combo of birthdays. The triplet combo. Degenbrecher. Gray. Shu. the little boy surrounded by 2 mothers on the same day. Jesus Christ. Who combined those 3? Lava and Hibiscus are... Oh yeah! Why are they on 2 separate dates? What? Is this a... Did someone fuck up? What? Why is Hibiscus on the 21st and Lava on the 22nd? Huh? I never noticed that. Is that a fuck up? Oh! Wait. I don't remember. But I can only imagine it being a thing of Hibiscus was born like a minute before midnight and Lava a minute after midnight. That would make sense. Yeah, literally what I just said. Might have been just born like a minute before midnight and then the other one was born a minute after. That is so weird. You know what the weirdest part about this is? There probably are twins out there who were born like this. It's probably a rare freaking thing to happen, but there definitely has to be some twins out there who were born on 2 separate days. Because they were born around midnight. All right. This is enough. This is enough birthday checkouts. In real life, doctors and hospitals don't give a damn about such thing. True. But you still note down when a child is born, like the minute when the child is born. But sadly, 2003. Oh, missed it by 1 year. Oh, okay. Well then, I think this is where we end for tonight. So, IS streams are now gonna be done for a while until the next IS gets added into the game, which is like what? Not gonna be until either until the end of this year or the beginning of the next year, I guess. Probably the end of this year, I would say. We'll see. It's gonna be a while. The thing got just implemented, like, what, last month or something in CN, so it's definitely not gonna be... It's definitely not gonna be around until at least the end of the year. Next is Enfield IS. I wish. Near the end of the year, apparently. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. IS modes somehow run always into complications when they need to be implemented, so we'll see. What's the next stream game? We'll see. Like, I've been trying to play a game for a while now, but always keep being pushed back by something, so we'll see. But the next several streams are gonna be just games that either I have that I wanted to play for a while now, or other things that I both need to and want to catch up through streams. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Might it be a game with 3 letters? No. No. I have enough gacha games that I need to keep up with. No. It will not be ZZZ. I am sorry. Anyway. Anyway, I need to keep on working on the current story stuff. Enfield episode is probably gonna be the next thing that goes up on the channel. Gonna be recording that tomorrow. And the rest of the week is gonna be just working on the Sui story and a couple of other things that I will finally have time to jump on again and do and keep on recording. Anything like Still Wakes the Deep? I'm probably gonna do a horror game around October, more than likely. Doesn't feel... right now doesn't feel like the right time to do another spooky horror game. So maybe around October once more. We'll see. Need to find something. I have I can't remember where I have it. I think I also have it on PS Plus as part of PS Plus. But I definitely have somewhere on one of the platforms I have Amnesia the Bunker that I do want to play. Might be an October game. Seen the next character, know the race? What, for Enfield? I've seen the character, but I have no idea. I haven't looked at anything for the character, so no idea. I'll see when I get to the character or whatever. I don't think I'm gonna be pulling on the next banner, by the way. The arcane banner sapped my resources in half, so I kind of want to stockpile them again. But yeah, anyway, we're gonna be cutting in here, and next stream, we'll see. It's probably not gonna be until next week again, Because like I said, I need to work on the Sui stuff, the Sui story stuff, so that's gonna take a lot of time. And we'll see. We'll be back with some normal games with streaming now that the schedule is fully open. And I'll be quite honest, I cannot wait. I cannot wait. It will be a bit of relaxing. But anyway, this was interesting. I'm gonna have to go again through this material that we read through today and see if any of it makes sense to be used as intermissions in the current Sui story. But that will be for me to worry about when we get to it. Or when I get to it, rather. So we'll see. If it appears, it appears. That's all I can say. Before. Oh yeah, Space Marine 2 is, or has been also recently added into the PS Plus catalog, so I might actually play that soon? No idea if it's gonna be the next game that I stream or something like that, but I will definitely jump on that soon, because I do want to play that game. I do want to play Space Marine 2. For the Emperor, indeed. Might be a co-op stream. No, when I play through like story of games, I don't do co-op stuff. I like to just play by myself and you know, not be distracted. For the Omnisaya. I don't even know. By the way, because it's on PS Plus, I'm gonna be playing on a PlayStation. I have no idea if there's any cross-platform co-op for that game. Will we eat the rocks for the Emperor? Yes. Yummy, yummy. Originium rocks. Sponsored by Kellogg's. The PvE missions, they are story relevant. Okay. Okay. We'll see. I have not fully decided. I mean, I haven't fully decided. I have a couple of games that I am decided on. I just need to figure out which one is gonna go first. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for joining me tonight. It was an interesting read. Definitely an interesting read. Is probably an understatement, but there was a lot of interesting shit in here. But anyway, we're gonna end it here, and next time is gonna be some normal game stream. In the meantime, normal shit goes up on the channel, and I will see you guys when I see you. Until then, have a good night, everybody. Keep yourself cool. It's very warm. Very fucking warm. So keep your health cool. If you can. But yeah, anyway. Thank you guys very much, and have a good night, everybody. Bye-bye.